Welcome everybody to the Big Fan Podcast, episode 1. I might have said episode 1 in the last video, but don't listen to me. We kind of did this out of order.
Tricking you guys.
But yeah, this is episode 70.
70, yeah.
Guys being guys as always, friends being friends. Good vibes and high fives.
Of course.
United as one.
Always.
As you can see, Manny, Juan and Ruben are not with us today. They're out living life. Things happen, as you know. But it's okay. We're here for you. We're going to do it. We're going to try to give you some juicy info. So I will start it off today.
All right. What do we got?
With some tech. Last time, excuse me again. I mentioned the new GoPro drone, the Karma.
Mm-hmm.
Badass little device. And like the cool thing about that one was that it folded up real small. It could fit. It comes in like this nice backpack you can wear. And like the key feature for me was that you could pop off the stabilizer and put your GoPro on it and just kind of use it like you can walk around with it. You don't have to fly with it.
Wow.
So like that's
sick.
And I think it's $700 for the drone,
mm-hmm.
and the GoPro by itself is like $400 or $500. But if you buy them together as a package, it's like $1,000.
Okay,
so you save a little some money. But now this new drone is called the DJI. It's called the Mavic Pro. It takes, some people are calling it a ripoff, but these things are in development for years before they come to market, and it's very similar in the fact that it has it's very, very small. This is actually smaller than the Karma, the GoPro Karma.
Mm-hmm.
When you fold down the wings, it can actually fit in your pocket. Like you could take a drone in your pocket.
Wow.
Like you know, they have like those cheap ones you see at the mall with the little propellers.
The little plastic ones that
they're useless. They couldn't fly if there's a one thing of wind. It'll just knock it over, kill it.
Yeah.
But these ones, man, fit in your pocket and it shoots 4K video just like the Karma. But one of the other cool things is it doesn't need GPS to do what's called like a steady standing, which is where you turn it on, you launch it, and it'll just hover. And usually it needs GPS to be turned on to find where it's at in a room, to not like bounce all over the walls and stuff. But this one, like it's like right out of the bag. One of the only drones you could fly that's this big with a nice camera indoors. Like it's still
That's
like here's
cool.
the only drawback with any of these drones: they're super loud. If you're standing underneath one, it's like a jet fan just blowing like wind at you. Like it's super cool, but like feeling, but it's loud. But it's cool for potential like I think of like action movies that can take advantage of this. Like
those scenes where
just like cruising and like in and out of like darting in and out of buildings and like hallways. Like
dang,
I'm excited for that stuff. Like I want to do that stuff. So yeah, it fits in your pocket. And this one is coming out later this year, or it might be pushed to early next year, for $1,000. And it has about 25 minutes of flight time, which is about average.
How much?
25 minutes.
Oh.
Which, I mean, when you think like those old like RC cars that we used to play with as kids, it was like 10 minutes, you know?
Yeah, I
like,
guess
they
so.
They never lasted long. Granted, back then we didn't have like lithium batteries, but these things like they're producing so much force to lift themselves off the ground, and like they're always like stabilizing with the gyroscope and the sensors inside. So they use a lot of battery to keep it stable. The shots look incredible. I've seen shots from this and the Karma and the Mavic Pro, man. It looks amazing. And another key difference for me, for like a beginner, it has this feature called follow mode. So you can lock on to myself or whoever you tell it to lock on to, and it'll just follow you like automatically.
Wow.
And so
that's
huge,
cool.
because if you're not a good pilot, because they're not easy to fly, you could totally just like get, not the right shot. You just totally mess up and like ruin a whole shoot. Like say you're renting one or you're borrowing one from a friend, and you don't even get to take advantage of it because you can't even get a good shot because you can't fly it. Well, this one, like you can just follow that guy, and you're good to go. So I think that's really cool. Like and a lot of people are like, why are you telling us about this? Like, we're not filmmakers. it's for me, it's exciting to see where we're going. Like, this is just the beginning steps. Like, and it's already semi affordable. Like, I know $1,000 is a lot of money for a lot of people.
But for the technology that's put into it,
the tech that you're getting, the image quality you're getting, man, like it's only gonna get better and better and cheaper, like computers and all that, like cell phones, like microphones, everything. Like, I'm just so excited for it, and it's gonna really depend on creativity. And,
those little things have tons of applications. Like if you go out, like for example, I would have loved to have one of those when I went to the Grand Canyon. Dude, imagine taking one of those little things all the way down. That would have been sick.
Yeah, dude,
that's cool.
Some good shots, or some even like night shots, or like sunsets around, like at Grand Canyon.
Oh, just set it so that it
or like the Northern Lights. Like, that would be badass.
Yep.
Like,
that would be awesome. And
then
then
these things go like miles away from you.
Do you know what the range is for? I was gonna ask, like, how do you know when it goes too far out of range? Like,
so these ones they're smart. Like, they built in the software. Like, it's not gonna go too far out of range where it can't make it back safely within the battery power.
Oh yeah.
So say like it's, I said it has 25 minutes. If it knows it only has 5 minutes left, it's gonna tell you, hey, I need to start coming back sometime soon.
Okay.
And it does a thing where you set like a launch point, like a GPS launch point. And you just call that home. So when even if you don't tell it to come home and it's about to die, it's gonna come back there.
That's sick. Yeah. Wow.
So it's really good. Like, that's what I'm saying. The potential for like you might have a guy or a kid or a woman who has a really cool idea in their head, like for filmmaking or for a show. And I'm not saying that this is the application you use that for, but things like this where it makes it a lot simpler for people who aren't professionally trained or go to school. Like, it gives them a huge opportunity and chance to express themselves.
Yeah, something like that will like hugely increase like the production value. Like, if you're like a student filmmaker, like definitely you can shoot some awesome like action scenes with that stuff, or even like good scenes. I don't know. Yeah.
And like I said, it has the gyroscope, so it's gonna give you that steady shot. But you can also do like everything else in After Effects, like post editing. You can still make it look even steadier, or add artificial shakes. If that's the look you're going for. But I just think it's fun, man. I think people should know about like where we're going, and just have it in their mindset. Like, yeah, I know I'm never gonna buy a drone, but I really want a drone for weddings and stuff like that. Or even just to have. It's just cool. But I want people to know. That's what I'm telling you.
Do they come with the like little remote control, or is there an app that you use on your smartphone?
So here's another difference between the reason I'm comparing these two is because they're coming around out the same window, time release periods. Similarly priced, around the same size, feature both collapsible wings, both 4K cameras. But the main differences for the controllers is the GoPro Karma. It has a built-in... The remote control for that is a clamshell remote, which means that the screen and the controller are clamped down together. So when you fold it up, it's like self-contained, protected. You open it up, there's a nice... I think it's like a 4 or 5 inch screen. It's touchscreen. It's actually a really nice controller. I actually favor it over the TGI or DJI. But the DJI, what it is you can either just use your phone, or you can use it's a little black thing. I'll put a picture of it, I'm sure. It's got 2 joysticks, and you slide your phone underneath it, and the top part of the screen or the controller is like a little LED screen that has like when you sync it with your phone and all that, it'll display different info. So it'll say, okay, since your phone is there, I can display all the important essential stuff about the drone here
on the other screen. Wow.
So so the phone is just the pure camera, what you're seeing on the drone, and the top part will just be like battery life, flight time left, wind. It'll like tell you all the sensors. And stuff.
Oh man, that's awesome.
They showed it performing in 27 mile an hour wind, and it's steady shot. And this thing's tiny.
Wow.
So it's like
that's a pretty strong gust.
I was really impressed.
Wow.
Yeah, it was in New York City. They have a lot of gusts in between the canal, all the buildings and stuff, and it handled it like a champ. So
that's awesome.
Pretty cool.
Now, call me old-fashioned, but like I think I would feel a lot safer driving one of those little things around with like joysticks or something, like some kind of like physical buttons, or
the Karma has joysticks.
Yeah.
This one, it has joysticks, but they're a little off to the side. Like I don't think it doesn't look as comfortable. I haven't held it obviously, but it does have. They both have joysticks, but I think being able to like hook up like a PS4 controller or Xbox controller with Bluetooth would be so much better.
Of course.
You just map it. You just map the buttons to it.
Oh yeah,
like
definitely.
If you don't know what mapping is, it means you dedicate functions to buttons. So.
Definitely. Yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't feel comfortable maneuvering $1,000 piece of equipment with a flat screen. Like you got stuff on your fingers. You can't. You know.
Or the phone needs a reset.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm with you with that. But yeah, these ones have joysticks. But yeah, I think the DJI technically is better, like as a self-contained drone. But I kind of favor the GoPro because of the fact that I can pull out the stabilizer and just go on and walking through the mall or like for me a convention center and get a nice steady shot.
Those things are awesome.
You know what I mean? Like I want one of those so bad. And the clamshell thing is self-contained. I can still have my phone in my pocket and I don't have to use it. So I think that's cool too. So I'm excited. What else do I got? Let me see here my notes. For gaming, so I was kind of pissed off when I heard this. But you used to play Call of Duty back in the day? Or not really?
Back in the day, yeah. But not too much. But I have played before. Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know if you know, but the new Call of Duty coming out, Modern Warfare. They are releasing a HD remastered version of Modern Warfare, the old Modern Warfare, which is my favorite one. You can like snipe, you can crawl around in a ghillie suit and you go sniping fools in the campaign. It's badass. But so everyone was excited. Like that's awesome. We love that multiplayer. We love that game. It's an old game, but controls are tight. We'd love a nice up-res version of that. Cool. But then they go out and say, well, you can only get it if you pre-order Infinite Warfare, the new one coming out. Like, that's shitty.
So you have to
so you have to buy this one. Like, okay, that's one thing. And now today, they found out in like all legal jargon, paperwork and all that in order to ever play the remastered version, because it's supposed to be a standalone game, right?
Okay.
They're charging you $20 for it. It's supposed to be a standalone game, totally separate. But in order to ever play it, no matter how long you have it, you have to have the Infinite Warfare disc installed or in your console. So say you're playing like a Madden, you take that game out, I'll pop over to my digitally downloaded separate game and play. Nope, won't let you.
That kind of sounds like the new game is gonna like suck if it has to piggyback on the remastered version so much.
That's what everyone's saying. Though, like, because everyone knows that Call of Duty has slowly been dying off as far as popularity. There's still millions of players. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But as far as relevance, like Battlefield 1 is coming out this year. Everyone's like on its jock. Like everyone thinks it's gonna be the best. I'm one of them. I think it's gonna be way better, and for my daily gaming, and bang for the buck. But I still think it's gonna be a fine game, but they are showing like a little bit of weakness. I think.
Okay.
Like we want people to play. I honestly think if they put on this old game versus its new game, no one would buy the new game. Everyone would buy the old game, and they kind of know that.
But they're relying so hard on combining them. That sucks.
So I was kind of like blown away. Like say like 5 years from now, you like I don't play Infinite Warfare, the new one anymore.
Yep.
Or now the new one, then old one. I want to sell this game. You can sell it. You can sell it, but then you won't be able to play the game you paid $20 extra for, and play that old game for because
that sounds terrible.
It's
like,
I hope they crack, and I hope that they wise up, and they realize like, hey, why? Okay, even if our new game doesn't do well, we know people really want this other one. Why can't we just make money on this old one? Like, I don't see why they can't just be happy enough with that.
Yeah. Like,
give the people what they want with the new one. They'll buy it, sure. If they don't like it, that's fine. They have this old school one that everyone loves, and they could be happy with that until the next one. So I was pretty bummed out, man.
Now, do you think that as far as the Call of Duty franchise goes, that it has a strong enough following that people are just gonna suck it up and just buy? Yeah. That's the thing. Like
that's the thing too. Like if you can buy the game by itself, Not the downloadable game, but you can buy the new game by itself. But if you want which is $60, if you want that plus the old one, it's $80, or that's the base one. You could go up to 120. They have like different versions of it, like special editions, all that crap.
Oh yeah.
I think it'll sell well, but I think they're gonna do it regretfully, like because they don't want to feel left out and playing it online. Like I don't want to buy it, but I kind of have to. I feel like I want to buy it because I still love that old game so much. But there's so many games coming out. I'm probably not gonna get it.
That's some mad trickery they're pulling on you guys.
Yeah, so kind of messed up. But another gaming news: Phil Spencer, he's head of Xbox.
Okay.
He was quoted today saying that not to worry about Project Scorpio, which is next year's like super elite console coming out.
Yeah.
Because everyone's saying like, oh, it's gonna be like $1,000-$1,200 easy because, like gaming computers right now they can run 4K video or games.
Yeah.
They cost at least like $1,300 easy. So this is gonna have to at least cost $1,000, right? Because they've been quoted saying that the new Xbox will be a premium product. That's what they say.
Yeah.
And then today he said, we say it's gonna feel like a premium product. So he said not to worry. I actually have it on my phone.
But our wallets aren't gonna feel like we're
I
paying
have
premium
the
price.
quote right here. Yeah. Let me see here. Sorry guys, bear with me. I don't want to misquote the guy. Let's see here. But yeah, he's pretty much saying like, don't worry, it's
not going to be super expensive.
Sorry, I'll find it. I promise. Oh man, I'm sorry guys. Oh, I can't find it. Oh, you know what? I think it's on my other phone. Forget it.
The old one.
Yeah, because I'm balling right now. We got two phones. Yeah, we're pretty much saying like, he said it's gonna be in line with. It's not gonna be anything crazily different that you haven't seen before as far as pricing. But he just said that it's gonna feel like a premium product, for what you're getting. And I think they're gonna make a machine that costs more than $1,000, but I think they're gonna eat the costs up front and sell it at a loss. They're gonna sell each console. I believe they're gonna sell each console at a loss to them, but try to gain that back in overwhelming sales of it and software sales and first party games. Like they'll make their money back in first party games they buy or studios they buy that sell or that make games, because that's where most of the money. Like a lot of people think, oh man, like I just gave them $600 for this console, like they must be banking it right now. But a lot of the time they're not making money off them. They're making money off the first and second party games that they sell, like Halo, Freedom, Gears. Like that's where they make their big bucks. So that's good because I was kind of worried. I'm like, damn, I don't know if I want to spend $1,000 on a console when I could just buy like a gaming rig and upgrade it. A couple years later. But are you feeling like I know you don't have any right now, but do you feel like
if I had the money?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Is there anything like in particular for Xbox, or just because it'd be the best at the time?
Well, I've always had a strong pull. I have a strong pull for each console separately because of like the games that are out like exclusively for each console, which I hate.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Like Gears of War is pulling me back to Xbox. Like man, that trailer for the new one is sick. But then again, I love my baseball franchise game for PS4.
MLB The Show.
Yeah, MLB The Show. So it's difficult. I don't know. I would have to see. I would have to see what each one's got. They have to wow me to sway me to go to one side or whatever. I don't know. It's difficult.
Actually, I found the quote. I'm with you though. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Because I still want to buy a PSVR, and that's another investment. But I'll read the quote that Phil said earlier today. He said, "So I wouldn't get people worried about this thing. This thing isn't going to be unlike any console price you've ever seen. We didn't design it that way." End quote. Then he goes on to say, "That said, the opening price point for the Xbox One S and the difference on the different hard drive sizes. Let me zoom in on this. That is critical part of the whole product. When I think about it as a product line, you should expect the pricing and kind of to be in line with that. So yeah, so it's gonna be what he's saying, that they'll have different SKUs based on hard drive space versus, you know, just slight different specs that you like, power or whatever you want to go with. So that's good, man. I'm really excited to see what they do, because they're hungry. Like, they're losing right now.
Xboxes?
Oh man, yeah. I mean, they have plenty of money. Yeah. But as far as the console war, they're bad. They're getting their asses kicked right now, like really, really bad.
You think that has to do with like?
I know exactly what it has to do with.
Tell us.
The E3 that they both announced at their new consoles. That one E3 started this whole chain reaction, because it got all the outlets online. It got all of us, the people, like, you talk about it a lot. The word of mouth just down trickled to the mom and pops who buy their consoles for their kids, or, you know, people who aren't really into gaming. They hear, like, oh, I hear the PS4 is pretty good, you know, like, because it's just that it just got out there so strong and so quickly compared to the Xbox. Yeah, it just didn't recover from that one conference. Dang. And because, like, the first 2 to 3 years, PlayStation didn't have really any exclusive games. There was no real reason to go one way or one, like, to PS4 versus Xbox. Like, Xbox had exclusives, and they still got their ass kicked. PlayStation had exclusive, but they weren't, like, amazing. Like, a lot of them were fails. But yeah, man, that's what it came down to. It was just marketing and that awesome press conference they had. Like, they just went we're all about games. Yeah, games. The Xbox went with the message of, we're an entertainment console. Entertainment. We're going to entertain you. We're going to be the source of all your entertainment. And we're like, well, games, man. Where are the games at? Yeah. And so that just kind of, like, killed them. So that's it for gaming news. Movies. We're going to talk. I'll leave the first one out that I had for you to talk about. But I'll mention this quick one. All the Harry Potters, what is it, 1 through 8? 7? 1,000?
Oh, I'm ashamed. I think 7, but the last one had 2 movies. So
like 8.
Yeah.
So all 8 Harry Potter movies are going to be re-released in IMAX 2D. That's going to be on October 13th. And what you get when you watch those movies is a early access preview of the movie, the spin-off of Harry Potter, which is the Fantastic Beasts and How to Find Them, which comes out November 18th.
Yeah, I think that's what we said.
That's pretty cool. Like, I know Ruben just got into Harry Potter this year, you know, so that's exciting for people. Like, that is cool. People love these movies.
Watching them in IMAX, that's
anything in IMAX. Even a shitty movie in IMAX, still seats are more comfortable. Like, the image is clear. Like, it's a good time. It's a lot more money, but
have you seen those machines? The IMAX machines? They're huge. They look like these huge power generators. They're crazy.
You're talking about the like the projector?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The projectors are like this massive. Room. Yeah. Ooh.
I want one.
Some serious firepower.
I would love a regular movie projector. Like that. Even those are pretty big too, or they can be. Like the digital ones.
Yeah. Yep.
Though. What else I got? Like I said, I'll leave this other movie news to you to bring up later. TV shows. So today is what is today's date? Today is the 3rd.
The 3rd of October.
So Tuesday is the return of The Flash. CW's The Flash. And I know you don't watch The Flash. Not yet, but you will. Because it's such a good show. But this show has been killing it. I'm excited for it, man. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to I kind of want to wait like 3 weeks. That way I can watch like 2 at a time. You know, like I like that. Binge. I like the Netflix binge like cycle. Like I'm an addict. Like I need the binge cycle.
Gotcha.
But this is the last year they ended with Barry Allen going back and messing with the timeline. Like he starts what in the comics is called the Flashpoint Paradox.
Okay, I've heard of that.
And, pretty much he goes back and he changes everything again. Like he rewrites. He pretty much hits reset. And spoilers. Well, I don't want to spoil it. Do you want me to spoil it? I mean, you kind of know in the comics anyway. But
okay. Yeah, go for it.
I won't spoil it. You know what? I'm not gonna spoil it for you guys. Yeah, just know if you're in the know, the Flashpoint Paradox. Look it up. There's a good animated show or a movie about it. It helps like fill in a lot of the gaps, and like you'll see a little like Easter eggs in the show. But yeah, I just want to bring that up, man, because I think people who don't watch it, like, even if you're not a really big fan of comic books, kind of like people weren't of like Iron Man and stuff, they actually like those movies now.
Yeah, I
think it's similar where they'll grow to love the characters. I think out of all the superhero shows, these ones have some of the best like emotional. Like sometimes it's cheesy, of course, because it's a TV show. But,
yeah,
they do a really good job of like making you feel something. Another show I wanted to recommend, or two shows. I'll recommend it. This is like the 10th time I'm recommending it, but I love this show so much. And I really want people to watch it, but no one, every time I recommend it, no one watches it, and it kills me. But it's Black Mirror on Netflix.
Black Mirror?
Black Mirror.
I'm gonna give it a show.
It's a BBC show. There's only 2 seasons and like 1 Christmas special. But Netflix bought the rights to it, and they're going to make their own season for Netflix, which I'm excited about. Pretty much like a let me see here.
Sounds like a scary show, Black Mirror, or is it something not scary at all?
Not scary.
Sounds ominous.
I have the synopsis right here. So the synopsis reads on their IMDb: standalone dramas tell sharp, suspenseful, satirical tales that explore techno paranoia. So yeah, like if you won't really make the connection on all of them, but they all have to do with some kind of future tech and ways it can go bad, ways it can wrongfully influence, or like it can shape things differently, and they explore like crazy different ways that it can influence people and like how it can have an effect. Oh,
so it's not like a story show. It's like
shorts, like story shorts.
Oh, okay.
Short stories. Like there's no, there's not like a storyline,
right?
Like through the series.
Okay.
It's like individual stories.
Gotcha.
So I like that, because you get some good actors and actresses in it. That you'll see. Some you might recognize. But highly, highly recommend it. The first 2 seasons, I forget when they came out, but they're pretty old now. But they still hold up. Oh, they first came out in 2011.
Black Mirror. And you said it wasn't always a Netflix.
No, it was BBC.
BBC, and then Netflix bought it.
Yeah. I think I'm pretty sure they bought it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they're releasing more of them?
Yeah, they're going to release another season, a 3rd season.
Okay, but this one's going to be done by Netflix.
Yeah.
Which is exciting because most of their stuff is good.
They kill it.
Yeah.
So that's one show. Another show I recommend is called Broadchurch. Now this show came out in 2015, so it's fairly new.
Yeah.
Another British show, or BBC show, but this takes place, I believe, in like New Zealand or Scotland, something like that. Mm-hmm. And it uses, I think, the 11th Doctor from Doctor Who. Damn, his name's blanking on me.
Was he the bad guy in Jessica Jones?
Yes. Same, okay.
David Tennant. I want to say,
David Tennant. There you go.
Yeah, he's cool.
He's got a good thing for names. I don't have a good thing for names. I'll read the synopsis for that. It says that when a corpse of an 11-year-old British boy, Danny Lidmer, is found bloodied and dirty on a beach, a small Dorset community becomes the focus of a police investigation. Like everyone in this town is like a suspect.
I heard, I did hear something about that show somewhere, and it seemed like, that sounds like something I'd want to watch.
Dude, let me tell you this. Like, it's weird. This show is a good show, but it's one of those shows that I don't know why, but for whatever reason, it made me legitimately frustrated. Like I felt like I was in their situation. I'll say it. I'm sorry to put you on blast, babe, but my wife was like crying out of frustration or sadness almost the entire season.
So it's a show that really
gets you. Very like I don't want to overhype it though, because that's just what we got from it.
Yeah, some people might not be into that. Yeah,
you might not see it the same way, but there's 2 seasons of it. We just binge watched the first one recently. We're starting the second one. We're like, man, I don't know if we're ready for this emotion right now. Like,
oh, that's awesome.
But yeah, and it's for us. It might not be for everybody, but I highly recommend you check it out if you're into that kind of drama, suspense. Very good show.
There you go. And you can find those on Netflix.
These are both on Netflix.
Awesome.
And the other thing I wanted to bring up, a show that I'm looking forward to, is called. Let me see if I can find it. Well, the show it's called Westworld.
I've heard a lot about that show. Yeah.
And trying to figure out where the synopsis is for that. Pretty much, Westworld. It's gonna be a new TV series, and it's based off a book series, where they create like a Disneyland sort of a amusement park, and it's a massive park, right? And pretty much, you pay to interact with androids, like humanoid robots that look so realistic. Like they don't even know they're robots.
Okay.
And they kind of reset every day, and kind of like a Groundhog Day where they get turned off, power down, they wake up, do the same motions the next day and same routines, but you can slightly change what they do every day based on whoever is paying to interact with them. Like they have, but it tangles with the ideas of like if you want to go to, like, it's all based in like a Western, like it's modern day, like in the future, but it's all stylized like you're in the Westerns, like
steampunk kind of thing.
No, like you're in the Westerns, like you're a cowboy, and you're paying money to recreate this experience, whether that be shooting somebody and you feel those emotions, like that's what you want to feel. You can rape somebody, and like the robots think they're being raped. Like it toys with those emotions of like what would it really be like to live in a world where robots are this advanced and where they think they're real, and you're able to just do the horrible things to them or the best things to them. Like you can, adopt a kid and they think they're being adopted, and then that day their memory is wiped. You have the best time with them. So like and like it looks beautiful, like the way it's shot. I've seen some clips. Oh my god, like I'm super excited about it. Let me see if I can look at the date when it's coming out.
Sounds like I think it's Total Recall with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I think that's the one where they implant memories in their head and make it feel like it's real. Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see. Westworld. I found it.
And where can we watch that?
That's what I'm gonna find out right now. Okay. I had this all earlier, but I
want to say it was like a Sci-Fi Channel now or something, or
HBO.
HBO.
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
Okay.
But you know what? I think what the reason is because Game of Thrones is like their big drama.
It's on its way out, isn't it?
It's on its way out. So I think this is going to be their next big thing. So look out for this show. Like I think it's going to be big. Okay, so I'll read the synopsis they give versus what I gave. It says Westworld isn't your typical amusement park. Intended for rich vacationers, the futuristic park, which is looked after by robotic hosts, allows its visitors to live out their fantasies through artificial consciousness. No matter how illicit the fantasy may be, there are no consequences for the park guests, allowing for any wish to be indulged. Westworld, which is based on the 1973 Michael Crichton movie of the same name. So I didn't even know it was a movie. I thought it was just books. Features an all-star cast, includes Oscar winner Anthony Hopkins, Golden Globe winner Ed Harris. So like I said, I think they're going after that market of whatever Game of Thrones had. That's to keep people coming back.
The fact that Michael Crichton, that they're taking something that he wrote, it's not a book.
It says it's a movie, but I think it was based off books.
Because anything Michael Crichton did is just fantastic. For those of you that don't know, I
don't know that much about him.
He's the author of Jurassic Park, The Lost World.
That's all I know. Yeah.
Congo, a bunch of fantastic books. Okay, now you've got me a little bit more excited for that, because if it was something that Michael Crichton made, man, that's awesome.
I mean, like they said, I'm excited to see how they walk the lines as far as like what's too cruel to do to a humanoid robot.
Yeah.
And then it'll make you think like, well, what I do, like if there's no consequences, and I just want to know what it's like to shoot a
toys with your ethical stance. Yeah.
And then is it even right? Do we have the right to do this to robot humanoids?
Because it's fake, but at the same time, the real emotions that you get from it make you think, wow, maybe I would do something like this.
Like you're playing God.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think we should have a little side podcast.
That
about
would be
the show.
Good to
You know what I mean?
to delve into.
Yeah,
definitely.
in the later dates. But yeah, that was another show I wanted to let people know about now. To if they don't have HBO, like maybe find somebody's code who you can get it from, or get it yourself. You know, because I think it's gonna be a good time.
Oh, there's ways you can watch it. Yeah,
there's ways. I heard online, but. So that's all that I had today for you. What do you have for me?
Well, I'm just gonna jump on that TV show bandwagon. It is the fall season.
Yes,
fall season is very exciting for people that watch TV, which 99% of people watch TV.
I like the TV.
You know, you got your series premieres, your season, your favorite TV shows coming back after the summer breaks. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them this season, and we're still waiting on Walking Dead.
Yeah.
October 23rd is when season 7 comes out. Highly anticipated.
I
Can't
think
wait.
this is like the most anticipated season ever.
Yeah, oh yeah,
just because the cliffhanger was so good.
Yeah, I was stoked with that with the casting. I love
because he's from The Watchmen. That's the only thing I know him from. What's his name? The new big bad guy. And
he's got
Walking Dead.
I can't think of his name right now.
He's a badass.
Yeah, I love that guy. Yeah, he's in some stuff. A lot of stuff.
He's just a solid actor. Like. I want to be. I don't care how bad he is. I want to be him. Like
yeah, he's cool. I thought the governor was bad. Like this guy is crazy. Dirty. Yeah. So yeah, we want to see who died, who got killed. We want to see. So that'll be fun. You know, we're still waiting on that, unfortunately. But some of the big shows that have come out have already premiered and are in the early episodes. We've got. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Gotham, South Park, American Horror Story, a big one out there. And Luke Cage was released on Netflix last week. Luke Cage which is fantastic. Yeah, definitely. But I mean, those are some of the more mainstream shows. The shows that I feel are more mainstream. I mean, as far as Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. goes, there's a lot of major changes that carried over from the end of season 3 to this season. But I mean, by far, Ghost Rider, like fantastic.
He's badass.
Those action scenes, the fight scenes with him and Quake, like, just so sick.
It looks like they stepped up the budget for him.
Yeah, he looks better in these 2 episodes than Nicolas Cage's Ghost Rider in those big budget films ever look. Like, he is just fantastic. I still don't know how I feel about that guy that they casted for Robbie Reyes. But I mean, Ghost Rider, I feel makes up for it. Like I said, there's a lot of major changes. I don't want to spoil anything, so I don't want to get too specifics. But that's one of the things that I don't really like so far. That there are a lot of changes that you have to get accustomed to. Like, the group isn't the group anymore. Everybody's split up doing their own thing.
Yeah, it's like something missing. Like,
yeah, I'm sure eventually something's gonna happen where everything's gonna come back together. And then we'll get that team back again. But yeah, if you don't, I'll admit, to get into that show, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is very difficult.
It is. It's
that
slow.
First season is so slow.
I still liked it. Like, I'm easy to please though. Like, I guess. But if it has anything to do with like nerdy stuff, like, I'm gonna take the time and give it a good chance.
Yeah, just if you make it through the first season, I promise it'll be worth it. It gets so much better.
It does.
So much better.
It's like a big jump in how bad
in the storyline, like character development, like it makes this crazy jump that is fantastic. I promise you, I was one of those people like love the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and then this show came along, I'm like, that just looks kind of lame, lackluster. No, it's great. Watch it.
Yeah. They're putting more money into it.
Yeah, definitely. American Horror Story.
See, I fell off after the second season. I started the third, and then I just, for whatever reason, just stopped watching it.
That was one of those shows where it really didn't matter if you watched the previous seasons. Like, it doesn't matter because each season is its own thing. Right. It's its own entity.
Right.
But all the talk is saying that season 6 is going to tie everything together, and you can already see some slight connections to like the first season of the show. This is by far, in my opinion, like the weirdest season that they've come out with. It's good, but the take on this is different. And I mean, so far I love it. It's still very like mysterious. As far as what's going on, like I'm still like scratching my head at some parts, like what? Because it's just crazy. Basically, this couple moves into this big old haunted. Well, I guess it is kind of like a haunted mansion, like out in the middle of nowhere, and they're being attacked by like this ghost that doesn't want them there anymore. But it's shot like it's like it's one of those like you know those shows like My Ghost Stories. It's shot like that,
really?
which is weird. Yeah, like they have the actors who are they have like the people who experienced the incident, and the show is the recreation.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
is this? I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but did I hear that this is their last season?
I have not heard, so I don't know.
Because I thought they're trying to like wrap things up. Like,
I don't know. I haven't even
and that
heard
was what
that.
I was
So
I think that is why it explains why it's so weird.
Like I hope not. I mean, I hope not. Even though season 5, I wasn't a big fan of Hotel.
No.
That was by that season, Hotel, and season 2, which was the Insane Asylum. I don't know if you watched that one. No,
I didn't watch that. Wait, I watched the ones with the nuns.
The nuns or the witches? The nuns.
No, the nuns.
The nuns. I think that one and Hotel, I think, were probably their weakest seasons.
See, that's where I fell
Coven, like that one's good with the witches. That was my favorite season.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, Coven was good, and I thought Freak Show was pretty good too, which was I think number 4.
Was
season
Lady
4.
Gaga?
No, Lady Gaga was Hotel.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Gaga. Okay.
Yeah. What are the TV shows? South Park. They're
always
back.
Good.
Always a good laugh.
Always topical.
Very topical. I mean, what they're making fun of, obviously the current elections that are going on.
Easy to do.
And a lot of what else are they making fun of? They're pretty much making fun of how everything is right now, which is sucky. Like literally, literally straight from the characters are like, everything sucks right now. Like everything is terrible. They're mocking how society views social media as such a high, how society puts social media on such a high pedestal. Like it's so important. Like one of the school kids decides to commit social media suicide by deleting her Twitter, and it's like such a big deal at the school. Yeah, but it's pretty much just mocking how everything is right now. It's bad.
They keep it real, man.
Yeah, definitely.
That's why the shows survive so long.
Yeah, I gotta give it up for Matt and Trey. Like, man, they keep it current and accurate. I have to say, like, it's fantastic.
And they have writers that help, but I mean, they ultimately have the say so, yes or no, what the final product is, and they crank it out quick and like really
within a week. There's an awesome documentary. I don't know what it's called, but it's a documentary on how they make their episodes, and they do it within the week.
That's why they're always on point, like literally on point. Like, they have no time to mess around, but they find the funny and everything, man. And they still crank it out. Good shows, man.
Yep. And lastly, Gotham.
See, this is another one where I hate to cut you off, but I watched like the first 2-3 episodes, and the casting to me, like, it seemed good, but it made me cringe a little bit. Like, it was trying too much, and I wasn't getting anything. Like, I didn't feel like there was going to be a payoff.
I could see that. The first season, I could see that. I personally like it a lot because it has to do with the probably I like it because it has to do with the combination of I like to watch those crime shows, Bones, Law and Order, SVU, and it's kind of like that with a mixture of like some like nerdy like superhero stuff thrown in, you know.
I guess I could look at it differently.
And that intrigued me, so I was like, all right, let's give it a shot. And you're familiar with these superheroes, like Batman, icon, you know. Even if you don't read the comic books, you know who Batman is, and you know who his the villains that he fights are, and these are all like young. Like this takes place long before Batman. Bruce Wayne is a kid. The show takes off soon after his parents died.
Wait, his parents died?
Oh shit!
Damn,
sorry, no.
Spoilers, man.
This show takes place right after that incident. But I personally love it. Season 3 is starting off pretty good.
I'm happy it's on Netflix. So if you haven't watched it, like I will give it the time of day soon. whenever I find like a gap between shows.
Yeah.
and gaming, but I will give it another shot. I have it in my queue. Like, I just hope they don't get rid of it before I get a chance to watch it. But I'll give it another shot, man.
Yeah, it's cool to see like these characters that are so popular, like Mr. Freeze and the Penguin and everybody, like,
Super
oh,
young.
like, yeah, like, oh, there's this guy, you know, you don't expect it. Like the Riddler, he's working for Gotham Police Department, like he works in, like, you know,
Yeah, he
and
was
it's
the
like,
only
oh, that's so
character that I
cool.
liked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and if you watch the show, like, you like him even more as it goes on. Like, he gets crazier,
cool.
and then you're like, oh, you see
where
these characters come from. Yeah, yeah, it's a good origin show, and yeah, if you're into that whole like the whole crime solving type of shows, like it's pretty much that with a little bit of like
Batman,
you know, yeah, so Batman thrown in there. Yeah, yeah. It's pretty dark, which I
Batman.
like. No, not yet. Definitely, yeah. But yeah, I mean, as far as shows go, those are some of the big ones that are out now. Like I said, still waiting on Walking Dead, and then you have your standard Simpsons and Family Guy coming back. I will admit though, the last season of Family Guy was very disappointing to me. I think that was season 14, and they're currently on season 15. And I've seen like 2 or 3 episodes of this season, and I'm like, still like, what is going on? I don't know.
I used to watch those shows religiously, man.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I just feel like I have to prioritize my viewing habits because there's so much content right now.
Yeah.
I just don't have time for Family Guy. If I want to watch a cartoon, I'm gonna go with something like extremely smart and funny, like South Park. Like, I know people think South Park isn't smart, but it is smart. It's just smart in a different way. It's smart to see their way they pick out different scenarios and bring it to the forefront in a way you have you would never relate to otherwise. And then same with Simpsons. Like, they're an old show, but they bring the funny in like very creative ways. They're not topical at all, really. I mean, sometimes they are, but a lot of the time it's just creative storylines.
Yeah.
But
that's why I love South Park. Like, the satire in it is fantastic. Yeah. And yeah, the earlier seasons, they're just like a bunch of fart jokes. Like, I'll admit, I'm not a big fan of season 1. Like, first 2, maybe first or second season. Like, it's just that's what a lot of people base the whole series off of. Which it grows, it develops, it gets much better.
Growing pains.
But yeah, I feel like that's what Family Guy's trying to do right now, is turn into a show that is relevant. And now it's not working out. It just isn't.
I don't want to see them go away. I'm being honest. Like, there's just too much to watch.
Yeah, and, it's taking a turn for the worst, I believe. Slowly, I don't know.
American Dad. I liked American Dad.
Is it still on? I don't know if it's still on.
I just
because that was it
was fun.
Yeah.
And I'm still sad about Futurama going away.
Oh, of course.
I mean, if you think that what they did with The Simpsons, the same creators of Futurama, what they did with The Simpsons with just a plain family in the suburbs, what they could do with a whole cast in outer space in the future with unlimited storylines to go with, and like they had so much potential, and like it was a good show. I thought it was a smart show, but just didn't get the numbers for whatever reason. But yeah, man, that's good. I like these shows.
Yeah, good stuff. So that's some stuff you could be watching over the fall.
I did remember things that I missed on my end over here.
Yes.
Today is the 3rd. Tomorrow, Tuesday, we have some games coming out. By the time you hear this, it'll probably be like Wednesday, Thursday. So sorry about that. But what we have coming out is Warhammer End Times. That's going to be on the PS4, Xbox One. Rocksmith. It's kind of weird, 2014 edition, but remastered.
Rocksmith is the game that teaches you how to play guitar, right? Or something like that?
It's one of those ones. There's 2 of them that do that.
Oh, okay.
And so that one comes out on the PC, PS4, and Xbox One. It's a remastered of that one, so you get like all those old songs,
right? Which
is cool. Mortal Kombat XL and Combat Pack 2 for the PC. I guess they're catching up for the PC version of Mortal Kombat, releasing stuff tomorrow. I'm excited about this one. I don't know when I'll have time to play it, but GTA 5, they keep releasing like free DLC, which is awesome. And this one's another huge DLC pack, which is for bikers. Like, you can create your own biker crew.
That's cool.
Your own gang. You go, bust fools. It's on PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
Wow.
Origami. I don't really know what that one is, but it's for PS4 and PC. And then Wednesday, if you pre-order Modern Warfare, you get early access to the beta for that game.
Nice.
On the 5th.
Okay.
And then this Friday, I am super excited, man. Mafia 3 comes out.
I heard those were some good games.
Like Mafia 3, like I slept on the first two. They were kind of clunky, but they were like really good games as far as like components of the game, but not the entire game. You know what I mean? Like there was good parts of the game.
Okay, yeah.
And one thing I think is cool, like this third one, from what I've seen and heard, is that it's going to be like GTA as far as like getting around the cities in the open, because it's an open world game where you're playing sorry about that. You're playing a Vietnam vet.
Okay.
And you're playing a black dude who is in Vietnam. So that's already, you get a cool dynamic there.
Yeah.
Cool perspective. But you're in like it's a fake New Orleans. It's called New Bordeaux.
Okay.
It's made up city, but you're pretty much where your mission is to get revenge on all these crime bosses. But the way you do it is by getting them to pit themselves against each other to kill them from within. And you actually take over properties, spots. Like you're starting to control everything. You start to become a boss, kind of.
Yeah.
You can actually kill people using alligators. Like you can throw them, like dispose of their bodies. You can do it two ways. You can go stealth mode throughout the whole game, or you can go guns blazing. And the other interesting thing that they chose to do, like I was mentioning, the GTA thing, is like when you drive your vehicles, you don't have to, but it's wise to obey the traffic laws in the game. Like if you run too many stop signs, you might get caught and get pulled over. You get fined and cited.
Yeah.
You get in shootout. You raise your level of wantedness, and like it's pretty cool. Like I like
Nice.
details like that.
Yeah.
So you get the kind of the realism of the real world, like rules with like over the top gunplay, and like it's gory.
Nice.
And so I'm excited about it, man. I think a lot of people are gonna like it, and I'm excited because my buddies over at 2K are working on this game. So I'm really happy for them that they get to finally release this game, because they've been working really hard on it. So that comes out on the 7th. And also on the 7th on the Wii U is Paper Mario Color Splash.
Paper Mario
is a fun
Paper
game.
Mario, yeah.
It's a fun game.
I only played it for the Nintendo 64.
Yeah. So that's are the new games coming out this week. So
right on.
if you're gaming, happy gaming. You got anything else for us?
I don't think so.
Luke Cage.
Oh my gosh, Luke
We're already
Cage.
running long. Do you want to get into Luke Cage? You want to wait?
Just real quick,
Yeah.
a fantastic show. I binge watched it that first day it was released. I'm done with it.
Oh man,
I'm
I'm only
done.
halfway.
I'm done, man. It's fantastic. It's great. Just follows up with everything else. It's fantastic. There's enough Easter eggs in there that keeps you, comic book nerds like happy. There's a lot just frustrating to me how you had the nurse Claire, who was in Daredevil, who was in Jessica Jones. She comes in obviously in Luke Cage. I mean, that I'm kind of a spoiler, but at the same time, like it's gonna happen. She's gonna make an appearance. Well, I guess I shouldn't really vent my frustration because it might spoil it, but I'll wait for next week. We'll bring it up again. I don't want to spoil it for people.
And okay, so you're giving me a chance to watch it. Plus, you're giving them a chance to watch it. But a quick recap, I guess. What I've seen, I'm loving.
Yeah.
The thing that I can mention that's not a spoiler is the music in the show.
Yeah,
it's fucking top notch, man.
At the club,
Dude, there's a club in the.
Yes.
Oh my god, the music.
Cottonmouth's. I can't remember the name of the place, but yeah,
Paradise. Something Paradise.
Yeah, because the main villain, Cottonmouth, is his like nickname. He owns a club, kind of like in The Mask, like that club that bad guy owned. Yeah, like that. Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, but the music in the show is amazing, man. Like some genuine, like good sounding music, and I love what they're doing with it. And we talked about this because we're doing this out of order. We do talk about this in part 2, along with our guest Travis. So if you want to learn a little bit about like what the show's about, Luke Cage's origins, like all that stuff, take a listen to part 2. But real quick recap of it is he's an ex-cop, gets framed, goes to prison. Things happen. Gets powers. I'm not gonna tell you how he gets powers. You can watch it. and he's not really. He wasn't really ready for this power, for this responsibility. He's not resentful, but hesitant to engage and use it, and he finds himself having to use it, and you see him struggle with all that. You see the hate, the love, you see the roller coaster he's going through, and that's where I'm at right now. And I'm, like I said, I'm loving it, man. Like we always talk about Netflix. We should just call this a Netflix show, because I'm big fans of Netflix, and they know what they're doing. They give the like we talked about in the second part. They give them the resources to make the best show possible. Yeah. And they don't try to manipulate it like at all. They like, hey, you know what you're doing with this show? Do it. Yep. And I think it's a good counter too. Like, we can talk about this real quick. It's a good counter to the Marvel movies because it is darker in theme.
It is. You know what? Yeah, you're right.
It's got darker tones, more realistic. They're not wearing crazy capes, and I know Daredevil wears kind of a flashy suit now, but it's more realistic, definitely. It's not like Dark Knight Batman dark, like where it's like so contrast different to the movies, but it's a healthy balance, I think. Like, you get the fun happy endings. You get the fun happy endings in the Marvel movies. You get the unpredictable. I mean, it's sort of still predictable, but you get the nitty gritty in the Netflix shows. Yeah, and I think that's cool, definitely. Man. It's like we're winning right now, like as fans. Like, we get the best of both things we want.
Yeah, it piggybacked off the success from Daredevil and Jessica Jones, and it just took off with it. Actually, I would say this is probably one of the more successful super Marvel releases that Netflix has released. Yeah. Comparing it to Jessica Jones and Daredevil, this one I think was more successful. Which can only mean good things for the upcoming Iron Fist and eventually Defenders series coming up. Definitely.
Tell them what happened to Netflix.
Oh yeah, it crashed because so many people were streaming Luke Cage. It was down for about, I heard estimation of like an hour and a half that it was down for.
For me, it was like an hour, but like, I was like pissed. I was like, what the hell? Like, because I was watching it and then I took a break because Serena fell asleep like during part of it. Just because she was tired, not because it was bad. And I went to go play like The Office, like an episode of The Office. And it said, "Oh, can't play."
Oh, I hate when that happens.
And like it started buffering, like almost got it, and then it said not can play. So I looked up my account, like, you paid your account, like, I did that whole thing. I went to their website. It didn't really give much information because I think it just happened. And then I just went to Amazon Prime. I was like, well, I'm gonna check my internet. So I went to Amazon Prime. Checked out a weird documentary about Burning Man, and by the time that was over, I came back and it was fine again. So yeah, it was about like an hour. So, but that's crazy, man. It shut down Netflix.
Yeah, it's a good show. It's a solid show. Yeah. Definitely relatable, with current themes going on. Yep. It's good. It's
not relatable for me, but from what I see in day to day. News feeds.
We don't live in Harlem, so I can't relate I'm not from Harlem. To that level. But it's going, like, as far as current themes in today's social world go, like that. Yeah,
police brutality, all that stuff.
Corruption.
It plays really well, and it's kind of well timed. I mean, but honestly, now that I think about it, you can always place a show or a theme like this, and it kind of be relevant because Black people always have to deal with sort of stuff like this.
Yeah,
but true. Just now with social media, it's being blown up so much, so heavily, and it is what it is right now, and they kind of go into that a little bit. So I can't say enough good things about it. We'll go into a little more depth when Ruben and Juan are here next time. Hopefully, I've finished it, you finished it out there, and we can really just spoil the hell out of it.
Yeah, definitely. So we'll throw out spoiler alert. And then
we'll say it. We'll call it out. But I think that's gonna do it for episode 1. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you, Manny, for getting my back when everyone else couldn't be here. As always, like, share, subscribe. Shoot us some stories. Like, if there's something we're not covering, like that you want us to cover,
let us know.
Shoot us like a little email. Shoot us a tweet.
Something you want us to cover.
Yeah, I'll do a little digging on it, and I'll talk about it on the show. Yeah, man, that'll be fun.
Yeah, so, always looking for new themes to talk about. Definitely. Yeah. That'd be awesome to hear from you guys. Let us know what you guys want us to talk about. Yeah. Definitely.
Unless it's really dumb. But no, the more interaction, the better. For both of us. So.
Yeah.
Until next time, guys, we're going to call it a day, and we love you.